So we had a story a couple of weeks ago about a request being sent from a downtown neighborhood association or something to that effect to the Shelby County Sheriff's Office for coverage. So there's more visibility of police officers between a certain time frame. So I believe that it was like Friday at 8 p.m. to, a Sunday time. And the goal is to have Shelby County Sheriff's Office to be present in the downtown area along with Memphis Police Department so we can cut down on some of the crime that occurs in the downtown area during the weekends and after hours. So in this story, Shelby County Sheriff's Office responds to requests for more downtown patrols. I don't think that is going to go the way that association wanted it to go. All right. And obviously this story came out via Fox 13. Shelby County Sheriff's Office has responded to a request they received from downtown residents asking for increased overnight patrols. With our current shortage of deputies, filling the request to patrol the downtown area would take a lot of work, SCSO said in a statement Friday. Earlier this year, we had to reassign 39 deputies from street duty to cover shortages inside the jail, resulting in 39 fewer deputies on the streets than last year. Shelby County Sheriff's Office said those 39 deputies are responsible for taking inmates from jail to the hospitals for medical services. With our budget recently approved by the county commission, we are currently examining how to allocate overtime funds effectively. The Sheriff's Office said its staff is set to receive a pay raise in January, which will increase the overtime cost, and it will require overtime if they want to assist with patrolling downtown. We must ensure that our budget can accommodate these additional expenses. And then it goes on to say Fox 13 reported previously that Downtown Neighborhood Association had made the request to the SCSO before the 4th of July holiday, expecting the number of people downtown for the holiday weekend to increase. In the time since that request was made, violent crime has continued to be an issue downtown, saying that Fox 13 reported on a shooting on Beale Street that struck one restaurant window and nearly hit a customer there. Yeah, I mean, that's what it all boils down to is money at the end of the day. We've already said that MPD needs to increase the number of officers that they have available to be boots on the ground in the streets patrolling, be visible. So a lot of these nonsense type of crime issues don't happen as often, or so that it can be addressed immediately and not after the fact, after somebody's already ran. We haven't heard an update on the issue that happened on Beale Street, where they said that they picked up 30 some odd shell casings. There needs to be an inflow of officers of some sort, whether it be MPD or Shelby County Sheriff's Office, which would be nice. But those funds would have to be allocated in order for them to do it, I guess. It's an excuse. It's probably a valid excuse. It does cost money. I don't know their hours of operation. They might not have, and obviously they would have to allocate officers specifically for the downtown area, so that's not within their normal day-to-day flow. So it would take directing officers, a set of officers to be in the downtown area. You have to pay them then at that point, because it would probably be, they're going to keep up their regular duties and then allocate more officers to the downtown area. So you have to pay those officers because they'll be over what they would normally be doing. So it'd be an additional cost that's involved. So what it boils down to is this request is bigger than just coming to help. There's a monetary impact that affects the decision that's going to end up being made. So as much as we would like to see, and I'm sure that they were thinking around, I'm quite sure that the downtown residents that were involved in sending the request to Shelby County went to MPD for additional officers to be in the downtown area in that time frame. And I'm sure that I would imagine they didn't get the response that they would have wanted. And that's the reason why Shelby County was contacted. And so when you're talking about those types of things, then it has to be funded. Who's funding it? Can it be taken out of current taxes as we're structured? Or, yeah. And so it's a good idea, but it'll be interesting to see what the Shelby County Sheriff's ends up ultimately saying, and whether or not they have the funds to be able to complete this request. I think it would be overall good for the downtown area. You just get the sense that they're saying it's not my problem. You know, and the thing is, it's everybody's problem. If you're in Shelby County, it's your problem too. But that's the sense. While the excuse or the response that they provided is a valid response. I don't know, out of the tax increase that was and that was Memphis City, but that was just implemented July 1st, whether or not there could be funds those funds would be allocated to MPD specifically. And so Shelby County would have to, go around that same merry-go-round and figure out how they can work this into the Shelby County Sheriff's Office budget. But it's a good question. I'd like to see. I'll be paying attention to see where the sheriff's office ultimately ends up falling on this one.